Alright, y'all, let's get this video out the way, okay? If you have not watched my last video before tuning into this one, go watch my last one so you can understand what my channel will be about, what I'm trying to do with this channel. It's only 9 minutes long, but I'm outside again. I was filming inside earlier, but I'm like, nah, nature is my scenery. I'm claiming it. I'm staying in it. I'm talking about it. As I was getting ready today, I was like, what's a good topic that I can speak about? Because I already have many topics in my head that I want to bring up, that I want to touch on. But this one was the one that popped up in my head faster. So we're just going to get it straight into it, right? The topic of this video today will be, no one is coming to save you. No one is coming to save you. And you're probably like, Danny, I already know that. I already know that no one is coming to save me. I already know that no one is coming to help me. I already know that I have to do this shit myself. I already know that I have responsibilities that I need to do, that I need to cater to. I already know that. I've been doing this since I came out the womb. What do you mean? What I mean is no one is coming to save you from yourself. Those habits that are keeping you stuck, those patterns that are keeping you stuck, those cycles. No one is coming to save you from that negative self-talk and negative mindset that you have. You continuously going against yourself. You continuously engaging with people, engaging and being in environments that don't align with your highest good. No one is coming to save you from your procrastination. Anything that has to do with you, when you go against yourself, you're making your future self pay for whatever you're doing right now. I'm gonna share some things. Last year, I was going through a very heavy like spiritual warfare, and I was dealing with too much stuff on my plate. I was dealing with so much. It was just like back-to-back stuff, and I know I was not the only one because I spoke to like 3 other friends, and they were like, yeah, last year was heavy. From my experience, you know, I was just dealing with so much. And I would talk to God, I would pray to God, and I would be like, God, I know that I'm one of your strongest soldiers, but this is getting heavy in my spirit. I see what you are able to do for others, and can I get pulled out of this situation, please? Like at that moment, I wanted God, I wanted someone to just rescue me, to just pull me out, to save me, right? And I would pray, I would talk to God, and nothing was happening in the physical. Of course, things were moving in the spiritual. I'm here, but nothing was really happening in the physical. So there was even a point where I got to, like, I was mad at and upset. I was upset at God. And it's not until this year that I realized what God was trying to tell me, right? A lot of the times when we are faced with these heavy situations, current moments, we try to continue to look externally. We don't only continue to look externally, we resort to even going against ourselves. We become complacent, we avoid the situation, we just don't want to face it, we just continue to run from what we have to do. We try to find another person to save us, right? And when that doesn't happen, sometimes we get mad at ourselves. And it is a human thing to be so tired that you just want someone to literally click something and just wipe this whole situation away. Just give me another script, you know? But you gotta realize that everything you need is already inside of yourself. Everything you need is already inside of yourself, and that lack is an illusion. You do not have to continue to run from yourself and look outside of yourself. You have to start to look within yourself, and you also have to start confronting the things that you are running from. Because in order for your external, in order for your reality to change, things first have to change in the external, right? And like I said, I didn't understand what God was trying to tell me back then. But now I realized, you know, even though the situation didn't disappear, even though the chaos, I was in the middle of it, I started to look within, and I realized that me, just like everyone else, just like most of us, God has given you a spirit of, you're very resilient, you're strong in spirit, you have a brain, right? And you have gifts. Sometimes we think that resorting to the outside for comfort, for changes, is what's gonna make us change our situation, right? Sometimes we feel like, man, if I get this better car, if I use this country, if I move somewhere else, if I get this other job, even though I hate working, but if I get this other job, then if I start chasing things, I'm gonna start to feel better and things are finally gonna change within my life. And that is the biggest lie. If nothing changes within, nothing changes within, right? And if you know me, or if you might have known me in the past, I did used to smoke, right? Last year, God had put me in a place where it was just me and God. Like, I couldn't lean on no friend. It was either I can talk to God if I needed someone to talk to, or I needed to make smart moves for myself, or just self-reflect on the things that I could do during that situation, right? Like I said, I used to smoke weed, right? Because of the people that I had around me in the past. And I can be honest with myself and admit that I was also trying to avoid confronting certain things from my past that I did not want to confront, right? I'm a person that from time to time I deal with anxiety and social anxiety. So at that moment, smoking was helping me for a little bit, right? There came a point in time where I literally got this thought, and I still remember it, and I asked myself, does your higher self, does the best version of yourself engage in this habit? Does the best version of yourself, does your future self, whenever they are under pressure, whenever they have anxiety, whenever they are dealing with so much, do they find comfort and avoidance and engage in this, that instead of pushing them to a better version of themselves, it just goes against themselves, their vessel, their temple, and just their being? And I had to be honest with myself, and I was like, no. You don't know what your higher self is. Like I'm saying, it's the best version of yourself, the version of yourself that can deal with pressure, deal with confrontation without going against themselves. Let's say you aim to be a businessman, a businesswoman. If you deal with under pressure by buying beers, by, drinking your anxiety away, drinking your life away, doing these habits that don't align with that future self, then you're just going against yourself. Your future self knows how to deal with discipline. Your future self can handle a routine, can handle dealing with being under pressure, right? Does know how to healthily and properly respond to the outside and the external things that they're being faced with. So I started to question myself, things that I was doing, and I did have to self-reflect, and I did have to look at the root cause of why I was doing certain things. And I had to make a conscious decision to stop engaging in those things and substitute them with like a better habit. Prayer only do so much, right? Sometimes God is like, you're nagging me when, yes, I have this plans for you, but I need you to be aligned with it. And if your current version is not aligned with the version that I already have for you, then you're just gonna continue to stay stuck. If you wanna have more money, but you right now don't even know how to handle your finances and your money, why would God give you more money if you can even be disciplined and smart with the money that you have? That kind of thing. That's what I'm saying. This world revolves around escapism, the food, the technology, the people, everything outside of us, to become disconnected and to not look within ourselves. Because the moment a human can look and confront themselves, and actually, we spend so much time trying to clock other people, trying to win arguments with other people, trying to be, better than others. When in reality, how I see it, every day you wake up, it's like you're going into the boxing ring, and your opponent is not the situation, it's not the person, it's not your family. Your opponent, it's not even the habit. It's not even the habit that you're engaging with. Your opponent is basically yourself and the things that you still have not confronted head on. You keep wondering why you're still attracting this kind of people, why you're still attracting this experiences, but you haven't taken a look within and being like, damn, they're reflecting, my outside is reflecting really how I'm feeling within myself. If I do not make those changes, why would God give me access to better places if I'm not being better with myself? If I continue to lie with myself. A lot of people don't see it this way. The moment that you're actually, you're losing a spiritual battle is the moment that you're going against yourself. It's not a battle between this other people. F that. The enemy, people can plant seeds in you and be like, you're this, you're that person, you're not nothing, you should stop pursuing your dreams, you should stop doing these things. It's the moment that you're like agreeing and you stop doing that and you start being like, I'm letting them drive me, I'm letting them take the wheel of it. It's the moment you actually start losing. That's all the Matrix wants you to do. It wants you to be in a role of like escapism. So the only way to fix that is by you being in connection with yourself. I feel like the answers already lie within you, and it's in the moment that you are brave enough to take a look in the mirror. Alongside of that, I also want to say I am sorry, guys, dudes. This generation is making y'all think that being vulnerable is like such a bad thing, and voicing how you feel is a bad thing, because it's actually the opposite. It's the most bravest and courageous thing you can do, to be vulnerable, to be able to be connected with your body, be connected with your feelings, be connected with just yourself and how God made you. Like, that's actually the most bravest thing you can do. We need more emotionally available men, please. You actually start to see yourself be better, not only for yourself but for other people around you. The way we impact other people, especially for my people that have this savior mentality and have been stuck in a cycle of you're trying to save other people, and then you're like, I try to save this people and now no one is coming to save me. I'm struggling in this pit, I'm struggling with this, like no one's gonna get me out of here. That's because your task was never to save nobody. Your task was always to choose yourself. Your task was always to lead by example, by you doing the actions, by you walking in that self-love, by you walking in that self-mastery, so that it can be reflected and others can also be like, you know what, I'm being inspired by this person. You don't know who the heck you're inspiring by the things you're engaging and by the things you're doing, and by even just being yourself. That's my message. I hope y'all got some wisdom from it, some help from it, or maybe I just knocked some sense into you real quick. If you need help tuning in to your emotions, the best thing you can do is get creative. Write a song, write a letter to yourself after you watch this video. Be like, you know what, today's Sunday, right? So what you're gonna do is write down what things am I currently doing that I'm aware that I don't like and that are going against myself. Things that I know that I've been telling myself that I've been wanting to change, but I am not changing, and I'm waiting for something magically to change me. Be honest with yourself. You gotta realize that your actions and everything that you do are always tied to a feeling first, and then the actions follow. I feel like I need comfort. You go on those dating apps trying to find love. Y'all are smart enough to figure this out as well. I believe in y'all. That's the message. I feel like I don't need to go deeper into it. That's the message. Literally, I just wanted to literally pop in and say no one is coming to save you, honey. I'll see you guys on my next video that will be better than this one, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.